20s, when I first started playing, making a big noise, I started playing tenor in 1919, played on. In 1925, I played on an original sax tenor made for the exposition of 65. So you can see the 35, 25. It's not too long. There weren't around being played. My alto was that old, as the sax's tenor was when I blew it. That's what it vibrated, wonderful. Played better than my Pan American that had Selmer's name. Selmer never made a saxophone. And the first Selmers were Bushers. My old tenor was made by Kahn, which is an exception. I loved it. There was one guy in a horn I liked more, was old Boyd Reach. We called him Sweet. He was really Irish, but a wonderful, affable guy. It was all heart. Great musician, but he was a banjo player. Well, banjo players worked then. Those days. With the bearing on that side. I had to go to a lot of trouble to straighten up my mistakes. Now, I don't usually make that error, but I made it. Yeah, well, we're getting there. I mean, I'm using coarse paper now. Maybe it's good that this is getting closed down. He mentioned closer, maybe. Sometimes the unconscious does better for me. It all depends. I suspect that I'm using another side of the brain other people aren't using. I'm not too sure. Bill Wood thinks he refers to one of my best friends. I don't know his father knew he was going to die, and Bill's father asked me if I'd kind of look out after him. I thought this acquaintance kind of touched my heart, but I never told Bill, but he lives in Laguna, but he comes up, he always makes it a point to come over here. He plays nothing but clarinet, but he plays 60. He said I somehow didn't saxophone. I don't know, it's funny, but he was such a good student. And I wanted to take him with me to our class. Buddy Baker had a bunch that went from I think we got kicked out of City College for drinking, but I'm not sure. I never knew. It was all too much just easy going. There was a lot of good men weren't working along in the early 50s, and we had a great... We carried on by ourselves because we enjoyed the class so much that it sustained, and we played quite a few. We had a big book. Buddy wrote some for it. George Poole wrote a hell of a lot. And the personalities in it changed the course of the thing. When Les Robinson asked me to go over there, and it was him, he always liked to have the kind of a comfort station. Hello, and as it turned out, I suggested that the saxes played like saxes, and that the woodwinds played legit. So we wound up with an 8-man woodwind section playing like a Eisner orchestra. And they had 6 saxophones who made no attempt at playing classical. They just played like... Willie Smith would play with us sometimes, and Les, and some of the guys who were pretty good tenor players at the same time. And it was fun. Well, to this day, I still have the same baritone man. Out of that bunch, we formed a little quartet. Bill Green was the first alto player to ever play with us. When I pick up my soprano, it made 7 saxes, and that little old feeble mouthpiece was enough. You know, soprano can't be heard. It made a fascinating combination. But he used to say, you know, Glen, here's a note. He says, I don't miss the string. The funniest thing. You get a bunch of... And I think the secret of it was all these saxophones